Good evening, I'm Brooke Welch. Thanks for joining us. Fort Wayne Street Department takes care of hundreds of miles of roads every year, but many people are angry with how crews are caring for the 3 miles of historical brick streets. Many of those streets are in the West Central neighborhood. That's where we find WFFT's Cody Butler tonight.
Brooke, as you can see, there are several patches of asphalt and concrete here on Wall Street. However, Fort Wayne's brick streets are protected from being paved over by a city ordinance. People here say they're not happy with how the city is taking care of their brick streets.
The streets here are neglected, absolutely.
Completely deteriorated.
The city hasn't repaired any of the brick streets over here at all.
Joe Runyon has lived on Wall Street for 28 years.
They haven't spent no money on these streets since the time I've lived here. As far as, putting them back to the original, they've just come and patched them with concrete or asphalt, and then it looks pretty bad down through here.
4 years ago, Fort Wayne City Council passed an ordinance protecting specific streets from being paved over.
I think over the last several years, we have become more cognizant about the value and the historical nature of preserving brick streets.
However, Fort Wayne Public Works spokesman Frank Suarez says sometimes they aren't able to fix brick streets with bricks.
We do have to fill those sometimes as a temporary patch fix in the winter if there's a pothole or if something has happened where the bricks have disappeared.
People living along Wall and Sweeney streets near the GE plant say those patches become permanent. Harold Black has lived on Sweeney Street since 1941.
I'm upset that they never come back and redo the street, redo the bricks. So, I don't know. It's lost cause as far as I'm concerned.
I have not seen any of the brick repair being done. It's done with the asphalt, it's done with the concrete that they've put in. It's not ever been repaired to the original condition.
Fort Wayne has 1,200 miles of streets. Only 3 of those miles are brick.
One of the things that's important to know is that many of these brick streets have been there for over 100 years, and many of them are still in really good shape because they last so long.
The city says they are working on repairing the brick streets. The only problem is they don't have enough money.
That's our challenge that we have with all streets. There is not, has not been enough funding for all of the streets that we need to repair. We have been investing about $25 million a year for the last 4 years.
Suarez says renovating brick streets costs $500,000 for just one block. That's about 5 times more than an asphalt street. So the city uses a rating system for street repairs. That
rating system is pretty intense. It involves about 5 pages of criteria that they look at, everything from the edges to the center. It's not one thing that determines that.
Luann Dowdell has lived on Wall Street for 17 years. She says she is hoping the development of the GE site down the street will help.
I was hoping that that would bring in new resources and maybe, they would bring that back to the original condition. But, that could be who knows how many more years, and even if that's even considered.
Everyone agrees the city needs to maintain the brick streets in Fort Wayne.
It's my neighborhood, my street, and I'm just so sad that things are not getting taken care of like they should be.
They're beautiful. I like them, but they are not maintained.
They're attractive, they add value to the neighborhood, and it's something that we want to honor and something that we want to preserve and protect.
I think part of the charm of our community is that we do have things like brick streets that people do care about and want to preserve.
The city says that it will fix 2 brick streets this year, here at College and over on Grand. Paddock says he'd like to see all the brick streets repaired in the next 5 years. However, Suarez says there's no timetable for that to be done. Reporting live in Fort Wayne tonight, Cody Butler, WFFT Local News, First at 10.